GMAT Tuesdays! My name is Kevin. And it's Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Good? Awesome. Today we're diving into dangling modifiers. A big concept, something that's tested on the GMAT sentence correction. They're all over the place. And tough. There's just something about dangling modifiers that just makes them real difficult to identify and see. So we're just going to go over the basics. I have an example question from the official guide to look at towards the end, but let's just dive right in. So a dangling modifier is it's a modifier. It's a modifying phrase, and it's describing something. So all modifiers describe things, so that's the important thing. The reason that it's a problem is because it's like a lock without a key. Here's this lock, and it's alone. There's no key. There's no key to open it. And it just sits there, and it doesn't get to do anything but just be a lock. And a dangling modifier is like that. It's a modifier that doesn't have anything to modify. It's just alone. And usually, it's really hard for us to see these issues and these problems when reading. A lot of aspects of sentence correction, you can sort of rely on your ear. If you do a lot of reading, you can usually hear when something is right or something is wrong. With idioms especially, that's something that you can rely on. But with this concept, you really can't rely on your ear too much. You have to be like honed in on this error, because ultimately your brain just makes sense of the sentence and it doesn't register as an error. So when you're talking with your friends and you have sentences with dangling modifiers, no one's like, wait a second, what were you just describing? That's not what happens. People know what they were describing. You have context, you have a sentence before and a sentence after, and it's really easy to figure out what's going on. But when it comes to formal writing, academic writing, which they're testing on the GMAT, you can't have modifiers without the thing that they should be modifying. There has to be a thing, usually a noun, that it describes. And if that thing isn't in the sentence, then we have a dangling modifier. So here's an example. After washing the dishes and finishing homework, the rest of the night was spent on the internet. Makes sense, right? What's wrong with this sentence? What could possibly be wrong? You have to think about the logic here. Here's the modifying phrase. After washing the dishes and finishing homework. Reading this, I logically know a person is involved here. People wash dishes, although a washing machine could do it, but I know they also finish their homework. So, it's not a washing machine, it's a person. They're probably in school as well, and they're at home, they're washing dishes and finishing their homework. Okay, it's a person. What could possibly be wrong? Well, look at the noun that comes next. Rest. Rest can't do those things. It's impossible for rest to do any of this. So washing of dishes or finishing homework. That's ridiculous. So it's a logical error. There's no person here to show, oh, this is the person that actually did the washing of the dishes and finishing the homework. So you'd want to change the sentence so it would say, after washing the dishes and finishing homework, Jamie spent the rest of the night on the internet. And the good thing about that too is now it's no longer passive, it's active voice. Bonus. So, the big idea here is, something that I really want you to take away from this video is, when you're on the test, you're looking at questions, and you see a modifying phrase at the beginning of the sentence, you should have a red alarm go off in your head, this flashing red light. Like, oh, here's a modifying phrase. And ask yourself, what does it describe? And is that thing in the sentence? If you can do that, you're going to be able to whiz through, do questions really fast. So, let me show you. In the official guide, 13th edition, we have question 62 here. And this is a really long sentence. I've abbreviated a lot of it. So, the beginning of the sentence starts here. And the underlined portion begins after this long modifying phrase. So here's the modifying phrase. Rivaling the pyramids of Egypt, or even the cities of the Maya, as an achievement. Stop. What's going on? What is this thing describing? Is it describing a person? Is it describing a thing? What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about these big things that were created by people, right? Pyramids, the cities created by the Maya. So I know that what comes next, my noun, has to be a thing that was created by people. And not the actual act of creating or the people. It has to be the thing that was created. And so, if you look at your answer choices here, it's going to be really easy to just knock the wrong ones out because they don't make any sense. So, for example, it took 700,000 artisans. What is it? I don't know what that is. I'm going to eliminate it. What about more than 2,000 years ago? Can I say rivaling the pyramids in the cities more than 2,000 years ago? That's not a thing that was created. Goodbye. Same thing here. E. More than 36 years were needed. That's not a thing. Now, here it's getting more interesting. We have Qin Shi Huang. Sorry, I don't speak Chinese. China's first, or the army of terracotta warriors. Well, which one of these things was created? Well, this person was created, but it's a human, and we're not talking about creating people. We're talking about creating a thing, so we can eliminate B and choose A. So, this whole question, there's other errors that obviously occur here, but just knowing about dangling modifiers and what they are and how they could be wrong allows you to quickly eliminate 4 answer choices and find the right answer. So, if you can have this sort of alarm system built into your brain when you see a modifying phrase at the beginning of a sentence, that's going to help you to at least check one thing off the list of possible errors in the sentence. Alright, I think that's about it. If you have questions about dangling modifiers, as always, comments are welcome. Feel free to drop us a note. And also, if there's a video that you'd really like us to make, please let me know and I'll try to make it. And also, any feedback, suggestions, anything that really you enjoyed or didn't enjoy, I'm always looking for ways to improve. So, that's it for me today. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Be excellent to the universe, and I'll see you next week.